Time for the business news now with Emma Hatton. Good evening, Emma. So Reserve Bank has decided to hold the official cash rate. What else did they have to say today?
Good evening, Lisa. Yes, so no surprises there that the cash rate has stayed put. Central Bank, of course, made the commitment to hold it there for 1 year when it set it at 0.25% in March. There was some speculation for a while it would drop that rate into negative territory before the end of the year, but that's not looking like it's on the cards at all now. Some still think it might be on the cards after March, but that's yet to be seen. For now, the bank is using that quantitative easing program, so its big bond buying program. That's its weapon of choice. So basically today, out of the Monetary Policy Committee, everything stays as is, but the bank has signalled it could do more if it's needed. It did note that it's not yet clear whether the monetary stimulus delivered to date is sufficient to meet its mandate. Those are its words. So that's a clear indication that the Reserve Bank is still considering doing more if it needs to. And many think that more measures will be needed. So economists are at the moment thinking an expansion of that bond buying program by August is the most likely plan. So they think that program could be up to as much as $90 billion. It's currently set at $60 billion at the moment. Remembering at the same time, it's still actually got $40 billion of that program still available, so it hasn't drawn on that whole $60 billion yet. So it makes sense that they're not rushing to increase it right at this time because they need to finish what they've started. Also out of the statement, it did call out the high New Zealand dollar, which has been putting pressure on export earnings. So kind of just framed that as a bit of a headwind, on top of everything else that's going on, and not something that they would actively target at this point, although they'd probably like to see that pressure drop off a bit. It said, the obvious, while domestically things were pretty good and better than initial forecasts, internationally it's still really negative. So a lot talked about today, a lot of chat, nothing out of the blue, nothing actually new though. The August monetary statement is the one we're being told to keep an eye on. That's where the bank will give details on, like I mentioned, possibly increasing that bond buying program, as well as give a bit more detail on other tools in its toolkit that it's talked about before, such as foreign asset purchases, which may have an impact on that high exchange rate, further rate cuts and some special lending schemes. So, the important takeaway, it's still reiterating it's prepared to do more if needed. The main fiscal stimulus for the economy is, of course, coming from the government and its budget. But the RBNZ has got some levers with the monetary support it can offer.
Just losing you a little bit there, Emma. Can you just do a quick whip around the markets for us before you go?
Apologies, Lisa. NZX top 50 is closed up just over 1%, 1.14%, or 126 points to close at 11,259. New Zealand dollar sitting at 64.6 US cents, 93 Australian and 51.6 British pence.
Good to talk to you. That is Emma Hatton for our business news this evening.